The cold life got all eyes on me. Everything they talk about got souls ride with me. And they know I'm legal. Got my feet. Said I was gonna get, yeah. They gon' see. They ain't gonna believe. Can't stop, I can't now. Hold on, let me get the breakdown. Treat it going like a cake down. I'm about to live a lifestyle. Piped up to the pipe down. These niggas said it pipe dream. Baby girl, sweet ice cream. And I need, you better believe. See, baby, look at my cheeks. Oh, yeah, take my lead. Coming to the streets. I'm about to take it to the king. They gon' get stars and questions. We gon' stars and questions. They gon' get ready and I'm not impressed. I am holding tight. Like, yeah, I'm hard to text. Because I'm hard to text. I know they didn't see it, but they don't believe. Look at so many sheets. 144. This complete. We are the peace. You better believe. Fuck me. I'm greedy. I'm a line up. Like a Bible. So people fall out. No more time we talk about. Me and my nigga might fall out. He don't need but fall out. He tell him wake up to the fall out. The moment down, can't fall out. I'm getting real with it on now. So give it to everybody straight. Regular little nigga, you don't fight it. Lose it next. You ain't got moves to make. You can even move. You can get moves away. Do your face. Some niggas fool their face. They got a card to play. Nigga ain't hard to play. You get dollars to take. The brothers trying to throw the hard away. You don't wait out of your knees. We believe. So they come live, got all eyes on me. Even them they talk about, got something right with me. They know I'm legal. I got my feet. I'm gonna get it, yeah. They gon' see, they ain't gonna believe that. Six winning, they know that. Fuck the world, I can't go back. Ain't no cow, I don't know that. Bitch, I'd rather take a toe back. Run it up and don't flip it low. Work on party, don't flip it low. They want smoke, I'm revenge, they get in my bedroom, doing the tootsie roll. They know these uptowns, this uptown, where the line, where the bounce. Oh, you ain't notice the line, they don't want to the line. I know it's gonna be stressed, I know it's gonna be pushed. That ain't focused. This is who I'm girl. I should be a soldier, you should be my donator. If we ain't like that, I've been showing this spirit, take over me, holding me high. Leave me so when it's over my shoulder, and I see my shoulders, and they ain't no place. Keep being fake. You feel when I'm real. Fuck it, I don't fail. Fuck it, I don't fail. Cut it down by the joint. Hold up, let me get the rhythm. Okay, I got it already. You put the line, he already. Now how I'm steady. Hope you keep it going steady. You better believe. Certified, won't wait solid. It ain't hard to test. Yeah, it's hard to test. You will make the nigga better watch yourself. I'm getting it better. Taking them blue cases, they don't bother me. And I was too hard to test. That's when you got to guard yourself. Nobody keep it inside, they don't give you a squeeze. You better believe. So they don't laugh, got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about, got something right with me. And they know I'm legal. I got my feet. I'm gonna get it, yeah. Now we gon' see. They ain't gonna believe that. All right, go ahead, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. This is the Tuesday Brotherhood class. Man, we're going to get into the scriptures. Let's go into 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. Lock, yeah. Man, today we're going to get into the scriptures today. We're going to talk about as a child. When I was a child, see, a lot of times we don't understand what the scriptures are talking about. When it's talking about when I was a child, look, there's grown children right now in this world that we are living in. See, just because you are, what, 21, 22, 23, 24, 31, 32, 33, 34, 41, 42, 43. That does not mean that you are not a child spiritually. That does not mean that you're not a child inwardly, because there's a lot of things that you would have to change for you to no longer be a child. See, a child does a lot of, like we say in the world, childish things. And that's what we're dealing with right now in the world that we live in. We're dealing with a lot of childish people. And the reason why people are so childish, the reason why people are so prideful, the reason why people are not who they truly are supposed to be is because they do not follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Brother, once you got that scripture, go ahead and read it. Let's get into it.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child.
See, as a child, it said, when I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child, and I thought as a child. See, a lot of our people, we don't understand that if you really look into a mirror right now, you're still a child. We got grown people that got children that are children. What the old folks used to say is babies having babies. Yeah, that's because inwardly, if you want to talk mentally, you are still a child. You're not doing what you are supposed to do as a grown adult because you are stuck trying to be a child. You are stuck trying to do things that you always wanted to do, even though you have responsibilities as an adult. See, some of the things, if you don't feel like you're a child, I'm going to prove it to you that you are still a child inwardly. Okay? As a child, what are some of the things we used to do? As a child, we used to lie. Why did we used to lie? Because we didn't want to get in trouble. So we lied. Instead of just saying, I did this, or I did that, or this is what I did, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to act, this is what I'm finna do. We used to lie all the time. What does the Bible say about that? Let's go to Proverbs. We're going to go to Proverbs 12 and 22. Proverbs 12 and 22. That's what we're going to go to. Because if you're not a child, then you don't have a reason to lie. Because as grown adults, we don't have to lie. If we are sitting here and saying we follow the Most High God, we follow the law, statutes, and commandments, we follow the example of Christ, then you don't have to lie. What does the Bible say right there?
Okay. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 22. Lying lips are abomination to the Lord.
The what?
Are abomination to the Lord.
Lying lips are an abomination unto the Lord. Why would it say lying lips is an abomination unto the Lord? It's saying that the Lord doesn't want you to sit here and lie. The Lord wants you to just be real with one another. That doesn't mean that you have to be rude. It doesn't mean that you have to sit here and tell people, like, be offensive when you're telling the truth. But you should tell the truth so that way don't nobody feel like you're just faking the funk. As children, we fake the funk. Why? Because we didn't want to get in trouble. So what you're doing right now when you're lying, that's saying that you're scared of the person that you're talking to. I'm afraid of you and what you might do to me, so I'm going to lie to you. What? I'm not finna lie to you. I'm going to tell you what it is, and if you don't like it, all right, so be it. If me telling you the truth offends you, you can bring it to me. And if I don't feel like I should say sorry about what I told you because it was the truth, then we can go to counsel. And the men above us will deal with the matter how it should be according to the scriptures. But lying lips is an abomination unto the Lord. Keep reading. What else does it say?
But they that deal truly are his delight.
They that deal truly is his delight. I don't know about it. I want to be the Lord's delight. I don't want to be somebody that's an abomination unto him. Being an abomination unto the Lord is like the Lord walking and he's stepping dog doodle. What is he going to do? He's going to be like, oh, when you stepping dogs, you're going to be like, man, oh, man. Got your boots all in the grass, got your shoes all in the grass trying to scrape it off. I don't want to be an abomination unto the Lord. I don't want to be something that's disgusting unto the Lord. So what I got to do as a grown-up I can't sit here and tell lies. I can't sit here and fib and do all this other stuff. I gotta deal truly with my brothers and my sisters. I gotta say exactly what it is and let the Lord deal with the rest. Because I'd rather be a delight than an abomination. Keep reading.
Verse 23. A prudent man concealeth knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaimeth foolishness.
Man, sometimes you know what they say about prudent. You know what the definition of the word prudent is. You know what prudent is. A prudent person, a prudent man is a wise or a cautious man, right? So a prudent man, what does it say right there? A prudent man
Concealeth knowledge.
concealeth knowledge. See, at the end of the day, you got to understand this. If you are wise and cautious, just like I said, I'm not saying the truth to try to offend someone. I'm telling you the truth because I want you to have knowledge. So if I'm going to conceal knowledge, I'm as a prudent man, as a wise man, what am I going to do? I'm gonna watch how I say certain things. I know when it's time for me to just be quiet. Because the Bible talks about a fool. A fool will utter what? His whole thoughts and just be blah, 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 babbling. But a wise man knows when to what? Not say certain things because it's not fruitful. It's not productive. It's not something that's going to get anywhere. You're not going to gain people by sitting here being a what? A fool. You're supposed to be prudent. You're supposed to be wise and cautious. But that's something that children do. Children just say whatever comes to their mind. Blah, 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 blah. So if you're not a child, then there's no reason for you to lie. If you're not a child, then there's no reason for you to act like a fool and just say every single thing that comes to your mind. How about you be like an adult? How about you be wise with your words? How about you tell the truth and also be cautious on how you speak to others? Because at the end of the day, when we're talking to one another, what are we trying to do? We're trying to gain one another. We're trying to give knowledge. If somebody's asking me a question so that way they can understand, I can't sit here and talk to them like they're the scum of the earth, because at that point, are they even listening? So if I say that I'm not a child, then I can't speak as a child. I can't think as a child. I can't move as a child. And that's what we're doing right now. In this world that we're in right now, we are children. Our people, the 12 tribes of Israel, are children. Because what are they doing? They in the clubs. Doing what? Dancing, throwing at, like, women around here throwing all kind of cheeks everywhere in the strip clubs, making it rain. What they doing? Smoking, drinking till they pissy drunk to the point where they got to get carried out. What else are we doing? We fighting for nothing. We fighting because somebody got better J's than us. We fighting because, man, you got J's and I want J's. Like, that's a bunch of childish behavior. This is kid stuff. But if somebody calls you a kid, you're going to be like, man, I ain't no kid, man. Hey, bro, watch what you talking about, bro. I ain't no damn kid. I'm a grown man. Then why aren't you acting like a grown man? Why aren't you acting like a grown woman? You don't want no man calling you no little girl. Why don't you act like a woman instead of a little girl? Why don't you communicate properly? See, these things right here are the difference between children and adults. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep it going. As a child, what else did we do? As a child, we used to throw temper tantrums.
We used to react off of our anger. If I'm angry, I'm ready to throw everything, throw desks, throw chairs. And now, as an adult, what are they doing? Busting out windows, slashing tires, calling the police on the man because the man don't want you no more. Now you're trying to beat up his new wife because he no longer wants you. As a man, what are some of the childish things men do because they're angry in the moment? What they
They drive off too fast and things like that. They might go hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? Overreact to go hit the bar and they start getting drunk and stuff. And then next you know they in a fight. Next you know they in jail.
right? Most domestic violence happens because people are acting like children. People are throwing temper tantrums. As a man, as a sister, as a woman, you got to understand, like, we have to have more control over ourselves. If we are not children, we shouldn't act like it. We shouldn't act like it. Let's go to Ephesians 4 and 26. Let's go to Ephesians 4 and 26.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 26. Be ye angry and sin not.
See, a lot of times when we're in relationships, even when we're talking to brothers and sisters, man, when we get angry, see, that's when all that sin start coming about, right? And what is sin? Sin is transgression of the law, right? Aren't we supposed to treat each other how we would want to be treated?
I don't count.
Do we treat each other how we would want to be treated when we're angry and upset with one another?
Lie.
Aren't we supposed to love each other as we say we love Christ?
I don't count.
Isn't that a commandment?
Huh?
But do we do that when we're angry and upset with one another?
Lie, sir.
So what is happening when it comes down to the book of Ephesians? Is that really happening?
Lie.
It says be angry, but what? Sin not. See, a lot of times we get angry and we start sinning because we feel like we're justified now. You know what? I didn't like how the conversation went. He yelled at me or she yelled at me. So I feel like it's okay for me to go upside their head. Is that how it's supposed to go?
Lie.
You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like my two children at home fighting all the time. My son and my daughter, I'm telling you, I know when they disagreed on something. You want to know why? Because one talk about Zamara hit me or Shakara hit me. Why are y'all hitting each other? Because that's what kids do. Kids getting angry and upset. So what do they think they can do?
Hit each other.
Hit each other or pinch each other or do something to each other that's going to make the other one hurt. Because instead of being able to use your words, what do? Hurt people try to hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
You upset me, so what I got to do now? I got to one-up you. That is childish behavior. That's stuff that children do. That ain't stuff that brothers and sisters in under Christ does. That's stuff that people do when they don't have no, what's the best way to say this? Mental intelligence. We just want to hurt each other at the end of the day because what? We don't know what it is to be adults. We're still children because what have we seen all our lives? That same type of behavior. Grown people that we've seen since we were young growing up doing the same childish behavior but say that they're adults. So now we think this is how adults supposed to act. This is how adults should be. And that's not the truth because the Bible is speaking against it right here, right now. So if this is how we supposed to be, if this is how we supposed to act, then why is the Bible speaking against it? That's just my question. That's because that's not how we're supposed to be. Be ye angry, but sin not. Don't start trying to hurt one another. Don't start trying to transgress the law because you are upset. Don't try to be divided. Don't try to push people away because you are upset.
Like you, my man, sir.
Go
It says,
ahead.
"Be ye angry and sin not." That goes hand in hand with like if like bumping into strangers, like a stranger, something happened to a stranger, somebody step on your J's or spill your drink, or even if one of these Edomites call you the N word.
Yep.
That's a bait to get you in the penitentiary. You
And,
know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to control your own spirit to keep yourself from overreacting. And next, you know, you catching the charge, or they might even call the boys and they kill you.
and man, hey, what you brought out was heavy. What you brought out is super heavy because that's exactly what it is. We got to learn how to be ye angry, but sin not. Bro, it's so easy for us to start going back to being children. Why? Because we was a child for how long? There's still people right now that's 47 years old that's still a child walking around here with little weed backpacks, walking around here mad because somebody scuffed their J's real quick. And it was an accident. You mad because what? You in a club that's tight. Cause okay, let's be honest. Does anybody go to a club for it not to be packed? I've never once went to the club with the brothers and was like, man, I hope it ain't packed in here. What? How does that sound? It sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. You go to a club hoping that it's packed because you know if it's packed, it's a good time in there. That doesn't mean you're going out there to be children. You're going out there to listen to music, to enjoy the ambiance, and just chill. That don't mean that you got to get to the point where you get wasted and got to get carried out. Doesn't mean that you go up in that mug and you trying to mess with all kind of women and trying to get them in the bathroom to have sex with them. That's not the reason why you should be going. You might have to use the other mic. I think that one cutting in and out.
Up.
Oh, go ahead. You good?
It's crazy you said that because that's also on go hand in hand with like control your own spirit. Because like if you go to the club, you got to be able to be in that atmosphere and be able to control yourself and not feel like you got to go ahead and sleep with somebody on just that you just met. You know what I'm saying? Take them into the bathroom and sleep with them. That's the thing. You risking not only your life, but you risking the life of offspring that could come from this person. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who they is, and then now your life in turmoil because you done got her pregnant, and now she like, I'm a child support this dude, and now she take you all down that long road.
Real talk. Real talk. And you wanna know what? It's heavy that you even said that about controlling your spirit. Hey, go to Proverbs 25 and 28. That's crazy that you had said it because that was the next precept.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 25, verse 28.
Right.
He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
See, this all goes hand in hand with what we're talking about right now. We're talking about what does children do? Children throw temper tantrums. Children react off of their emotions, off of their feelings, off of being angry. I'm angry, so now everybody has to suffer. But what does the Bible say? The Bible just said, he that has no rule over his own spirit is like a city broken down and without walls. That's the same thing. That's the same thing. Like you are supposed to be able to control your spirit. You are supposed to be able to, nobody should be able to get you out of the spirit. Nobody should be able to control you to the point where if I say this or do this, this makes you upset and mad. You have to be able to control yourself. Why do you have to be able to control yourself? Because if you don't have no control over you, then what happens? You start moving emotionally. And when you start moving emotionally, then what happens? Something bad always happens. Everybody, there's a snare in a trap that's right there. It's like the old person with it's like you going fishing. Somebody that knows for a fact, oh, I can push their buttons. They're the person with the fishing rod. They throw it out there. They like, they go to bait. Yeah, wait for it. Wait for it. Got them. Oh yeah, they trying to fight. Nah, they gonna reel you in. They gonna reel you in every time because they know that you're childish. They know that you're immature. They know that you don't have any rule over your own spirit. So what are they going to do? Or like my brother does all the time, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching. Why are they doing it? They're just trying to antagonize you because you don't have no rule over your own spirit. So now, what are you going to naturally do? You're going to act out. Or as what we say nowadays, you're going to crash out. So everybody knows you as a certified crash out. And you're throwing a temper tantrum while you're crashing out. I just want to let you know you are a child. You're thinking and moving, and your thought process is what children do. You're crashing out over something so frivolous, something that's so small and minute. Why? Because you never knew what it was to grow up. You never knew what it was to be an adult because what? Only thing that you've ever saw was how to be a child. How to act as a child, how to talk as a child, how to walk as a child, how to do everything that children do. Nothing like a priest and prophet, nothing like a daughter of Zion, nothing like a child of the Most High God. You want to be a child of this world. And children of this world, they are abominations unto the Lord. Because everything that they do is not based off of the law, statutes, and commandments, but it's based off of their feelings. It's based off of the things that they want, things that how they think that things should go. It's about me, 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 me. Whatever I want, I should get. Like that's the reason why, like, it's hard to talk to women. Like I thank the Lord that I'm in this truth. And the Lord blessed me with who he blessed me with. Because it's hard to talk to women that's in the world. You want to know why? Because they all have the same mindset. They're the prize. They want a man that's going to what? Cater to them. Everything is about them. Oh, you got to take me out. You got to buy me this. You got to buy me that. It's rare that you find a ruby in this world. It's rare. You want to know why? Because every woman was taught to be what? A bad bitch. Every woman was taught to do what? Get flued out. Oh yeah, fly me out, but we ain't CTCing. We ain't clapping nothing. You ain't clapping nothing. We not doing nothing. I want you to fly me out. I want you to buy me all these clothes and take me shopping and shopping sprees and all that. And then I'm gonna go on my way. Is that really what we doing now? All that sounds like childishness. Because somebody that's adult understands that if we are talking, if we are courting, it's not just about you, baby. You feel like you a prize, baby? Hey, look, baby, the Lord said that he'll make a woman what? Better than more precious than rubies. But you got to also understand, baby, you ain't the only thing that the Lord said that he'll make more precious than a ruby. He said that he'll make me what? He'll make me better than what? The finest gold, Ophir. Yeah, you a prize, but I'm a prize too. Understand, once you got with this priest right here, yeah, this priest is going to lead you in the right way. I'm gonna have my own stilo. We gonna talk how we talk. We gonna move how we move. We gonna have our relationship the way that it is, baby. But understand this: you not the only thing that's more precious. You ain't the only thing that's precious up in this relationship. The same way I'm winning by getting with you, you winning by getting with me. But we don't think that way no more. You want to know why? Because everything is based off of what? Me, I. It ain't never about us. It ain't never about being mature and growing up. Why you think that there's so many arguments and people going to jail behind domestic violence, busting the window out of somebody else's car? Bro, you got to learn how to be able to walk away from a situation that's not good for you. You should have rule over your own spirit. And if you don't feel like you have rule over it, you should be able to get some counsel. But see, while you're in the world, you ain't going to be able to get no righteous counsel. You want to know why? Because your righteous counsel is somebody that's looking for your checkbook. Yeah, it's counseling for themselves. They exalt all the counsel for themselves because you want to know why? I know if I say what you like, you know what you're going to do? You're going to do what I like if I say what you like. And you know what I like? I like money. That's what your pastors say. That's how your counselors and all your religious leaders, this is how they act. I'm gonna say what I know you like because you gonna do what I know, you know that I like. You gonna give me that bread. All that is childish behavior. All that is childlike. Everything that we are doing here in the I.S.U.P.K on the Commander General YAHANNA, we let go of all the childishness. Like, it's okay for you to grow up. It's okay for you to mature. It's okay for you to be something different and something brand new and something better. It's okay. It's about time. You've been a child long enough. Now it's time for you to find out what it is to grow up. And don't think that your age has anything to do with your maturity. It's about how you think and how you move. Is that it on that, Art? Or we still got more? Yeah, that was it on that. Let's talk about some more things. As a child, what else did we do as a child? We didn't care how we talked to people. We didn't care how we treated people. And we didn't care if we offended people neither. Because at the end of the day, as a child, it's all about you. Why did you hurt this person? Because I was trying to do this and then they didn't want me to do that, and then so I did it anyway, and then I hurt them in the okay. Does that sound familiar? That's still what we doing to this day. Look, go to Mark 9:42. Well, yeah, Mark 9:42.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 9, verse 42. And whosoever shall offend one of these little ones that believeth in me, it is better for him that a milestone were hanged about his neck, and he were cast into the sea.
See, what does the Bible say about how we used to think when it comes down to us doing whatever we feel like doing and treating people how we felt like treating them? What did it say? Read it from the beginning.
And whosoever shall offend one of these little ones.
Whosoever should do what?
Offend one of these little ones.
Whosoever should treat people however you feel like treating them, not even caring if you offend them or not.
That believe in me.
That believe in the Most High. What else?
It is better for him that a milestone were hung about his neck, and he were cast into the sea.
See, the Bible is teaching you. See, this is different than what we was taught as kids. What were we taught from our parents? We was taught, Hey, man, do whatever you feel like doing and forget the next person. If they don't like what you're doing, forget them, right? That's what we was taught, right? Don't worry about if somebody good. Don't worry about if you talk to people however you want to. Treat people however you feel like treating them, because at the end of the day, it's about you. That's how we was taught. But the Bible is saying right here that it's better for you to wrap a big stone around your neck and throw yourself what in the sea than for you to offend someone that is a follower of Christ. This is how we should be living. We should be living like, you know what? I'm going to come around here. I'm gonna tell the truth. If somebody asks me my honest opinion, I'm gonna be prudent. I'm gonna be wise in how I go about the situation. I'm gonna be cautious, but I'm gonna tell them the truth. But I'm gonna say it in a way that's not offensive, or try not to offend this person, because it's better for me to sit here and wrap a rope around my neck that's tied to a big stone and throw it into the water than for me to purposely offend someone. Sit here and treat people however I feel like treating them, and not caring if I hurt their feeling, not caring if I offend them, because at the end of the day, forget them. It's about me, 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 me. That ain't what the Lord say. Our objective is to get everybody in the 12 tribes of Israel to follow Christ. That's how we should be. But when we act like children, it's always about selfishness. It's always about me, 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 me. Well, I didn't like what he said to me. Okay, did you Matthews 18 and 15? I didn't like how he treated me. Okay, did you Matthews 18 and 15? Okay, you did? Okay, how did the conversation go? It didn't go nowhere? Okay, did you set up a council? See, that's what adults do. Adults try to find a resolution. You know what children do? You, it's a back and forth. Everybody just yeah, 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 and y'all don't get nowhere. And at the end of the day, has anything been resolved? No. We still got the same problem. Why? Because at the end of the day, instead of trying to fix it, trying to come together and choosing one another over whatever the situation is, we're choosing ourselves. And you know what that is, right? When you decide to choose yourself over trying to fix the situation, man, we talking about it, but it's something so deep. It's so simple. Pride. As a child, oh, we were prideful. We were taught to be pride. We was taught to have pride. Be a prideful person. We was taught pride in the worst way possible. Well, what does the Bible say about that? Let's go to Proverbs 16 and 18. Let's go to Proverbs 16 and 18. What does the Bible say about that? And then after that, we're gonna get the Apocrypha.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 18.
Uh-huh.
Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall.
Pride goes before destruction. How often have we been destroyed off of pride? How many times have you seen somebody be destroyed off of pride? I done seen a bunch of people get destroyed off of pride. You couldn't tell them nothing. You couldn't lead them down the right path. You want to know why? Because their pride was too big. Their chest was poked out like, oh, you can't tell me nothing. So, okay. You know, it's just like a parent back in the day. They always, as parents, we always try to tell our children, don't do something because I've done this before. And our children always go do it anyway. You want to know why? because they don't listen. See, their pride. See, their pride is too big for them not to try it. They got to at least try it one time. They got to bump their head at least once. Some's got to bump their head more than others. We ain't gonna lie about it. We done all had that time where we done bumped our heads multiple times, because at the end of the day, sometimes we just gotta try it. We gotta touch that. We gotta touch that hot stove to make sure that it's really hot. I can't just sit here and know that it's hot because you told me it's hot. I gotta feel that it's hot. I gotta put my hand over it and be like, ooh, hot, hot, hot. Oh, and then now that your fingers burnt, now you ready to cry. That's what children do. Children gotta touch the hot stove before they realize it's hot. When the Lord don't want you touching it, I'm telling you it's hot. Listen. Mature. Grow up. Understand, I'm telling you this for your own good. But see, a lot of people think that they're grown, but really and truthfully, they're children. Do you know how many times the jails would be empty of the 12 tribes of Israel if we would be who we think we really are? We think we're grown adults. But if we were truly grown adults under Christ, under the Most High God, following the law, statutes, and commandments, the jails will be, they wouldn't have jails for the 12 tribes of Israel. We'll be on top of everything right now if we wasn't such children. Bumping our heads because we don't want to follow what our Father told us. He wants us to mature. He wants us to follow him and do his laws, statutes, and commandments, so that way we will be better off and we don't have to keep getting slapped on the wrist or keep getting disciplined. But what do we decide to do anyway because of our pride? We decide to go back and do the wrong things. Because at the end of the day, it's about me, 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 me. I. We can't keep doing that. Pride comes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. Do you know how many times you done told your child not to do something and then they go do it and you be like, I knew it was going to happen. Yep, come on over here. Yep, and they crying while they walking over there to you because they did I just mopped that floor. I told you don't run and don't go in that kitchen because I just mopped the floor. You ran and went into the kitchen after I told you not to. You slipped and you fell. Get your behind up. Come on over here. Come on over here. Yeah, where did you hurt yourself? That's the same thing the Lord is seeing as our Father. That's how he looking at us as his children. He's like, I told you leave them drugs alone. I told you. See, the last you sat here and prayed to me and said the last time you make that run, that was gonna be your last run. You didn't get caught by the laws, even though you should have got caught by the laws. You gave your word, that was it. You was done with the game, you ain't going back to it. I took your word for it. And now you reneging. You just like a kid that's running into the kitchen after I told them I just mopped the floor, don't run in there. Now, what? Instead, your slip and fall is what? Now you done got 15 to 20 years in jail. Now you praying to the Most High, like, man, Lord, can you get me out of this? Man, Lord, hey, if you get me out of this, man, I promise I'm gonna change. I promise I'm gonna do this. I promise I'm gonna do that. It's just like a drug addict. You know how many times drug addicts OD and then go right back to doing the drugs that they just OD'd on? Bro, there's plenty of drug addicts that be on that heroin or on that crack pipe or something like that, bro, and they OD off of it. Get the Narcan and everything. Go back to the hospital. They go to the hospital, get checked out, Next 2 days, what are they doing?
Right back there.
Right back at it. Until that one time where that Narcan don't bring them back. And now they're gone. You had to learn that lesson because what? You wouldn't mature yourself to let the drugs go. You got to go to jail because what? You can't let selling drugs go. You can't let the pridefulness go. You gotta argue. You gotta fuss. You gotta fight. You gotta prove to the world that you such a big bad guy. Like, oh yeah, I'm the biggest. I'm the strongest. You gotta prove that point to the point where now you locked up for life, and now you in the jail with everybody else that think the same way as you do. Like, come on now. If we're not children, we shouldn't act like it. Go to the book of Ecclesiasticus and Apocrypha. Go to the book of Ecclesiasticus 10 and 12. Because we're talking about pride, right? We're talking about how there's a lot of people, we always say that, we're not children, but as children, we were very prideful. So if we're not children, we shouldn't be prideful because we're following Christ, right? And Christ didn't tell us to be what? Prideful. He told us to be selfless, not selfish. Go ahead and read.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 10. The beginner, chapter 10, verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departeth from God.
See, you don't understand that your childish behavior is showing that you are departing yourself from the Most High God. Your childish behavior is putting God over here and you over here. Don't do this. I'm going to do what I feel like doing. Does that match? Does that equal one another? Don't do this. You can only do this, this, and this. I'm going to do what I want to do. And whoever else is around me better either fall in line or get out the way. Those two things don't match. So understand this. When you start doing things on your own, it's because you are turning away from the Most High God. How you walk and how you talk and the things that you say and how you move is not of Christ. It's not of the Most High. It's not of the law, statutes, and commandments because you're doing your own thing. And that's the problem. So read that scripture again. It says, the beginning of pride is when one departeth from God. Keep reading.
And his heart is turned away from his maker.
And your heart is turned away from your maker. See, you want to know what's so crazy? When you're dealing with prostitutes and you telling a prostitute to stop, what is she going to say to you? Or what is he going to say to you? They got it under control. This is how I make my money. You're not going to pay my bills. So that's what you in your mind, you have gotten to the point where you feel like that's the only way for you to make money. That is what your worth is now. See, you're not what the Lord said you are. See, because the Lord said that you are a royal priesthood, a chosen generation, a peculiar people. But through your pride, you have turned your back on your maker who has made you to rule this earth under his guidance. We are supposed to be above all nations on the face of this earth through the Most High God's guidance, through his laws, statutes, and commandments. But are we doing that? Nah. You want to know why? Because you can't tell a prideful person anything. You can't tell somebody that's selfish anything. Because what are they going to tell you? I'm going to do what I feel like doing. I'm going to do what I want to do, right? You can't tell that to somebody. You can't tell. See, and the hardest thing is you can't tell a drug dealer to stop being a drug dealer. Why? Man, I'm making my money. Man, what you talking about? You don't understand how you are walking away from the Lord? You're getting further and further away from your Father because you're doing something that He speaks of, like He never wanted for us. He didn't want us to be drug dealers, drug users, strippers, prostitutes, whores, whoremongers. He didn't want us to be murderers. He didn't want us to unalivers, Salakia. He definitely didn't want us to be of the what is it? Alternative lifestyles. Like we ain't gonna get away from that. See, your pride and your pride month is an abomination unto the Lord. The Lord never said He wanted you to be with the same sex. That's never where He had for you. He never sat here and was like, you know what? When I'm making Adam, you know what? I think Adam needs, it should be Adam and Steve. Yeah, you know what? That's right. You know, Adam and Steve. That's who. Nah, the Lord sat here and made it correct the first time. It was Adam and who? Eve, man and woman. But through your pride, you'll walk away from your maker. You turn your back on your maker. And that's the same thing that children do to their parents because they want to what? Do what they want to do, and they don't want nobody to tell them differently. Just understand everything that you're doing, it correlates with the Bible. Maybe not in the way that you want it to, but it's just showing. It's showing that what? You are a child. And not only are you a child, you move as a child, you talk as a child, you walk as a child, you do a lot of childish things. And every move that you make is going against your Father. It's going against the Most High God. The Most High God didn't want that for you, but what? He's having to deal with you as a child because that's what you're choosing against His better judgment, against what He's saying. You're doing what you feel like doing. It's all childish behavior. Go ahead and keep reading.
Verse 13. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination.
And he that has what shall pour out abomination?
Pride.
Pride. Because we all know the beginning of pride is when one departs from God. So what's going to come right after you depart from God and turn your back on your maker? What's going to come from that? It got to be sin. Because who are you following if you're not following the Most High God? You are following your father, the devil, the deceiver. And what did they teach you how to do? They teach you how to do every single thing that will make the Lord mad at you. They teach you how to do everything that will make your father be mad at you, and you fall for it every single time. And you do it. We got to be better than that, people. Family, we got to treat each other better than that. We got to stop acting like children. Stop acting like we don't know better when we truly do. What else do we do as children? As children, what? Was that it on that? Let me see. Nah, it's all good. As children, what do we used to do? We used to hang around the wrong people. See, as children, Hey, go to 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. As children, what did we used to do? We used to hang around the wrong people, around people that had no good intentions for us. But at the end of the day, why were we hanging around them? Because what? We just wanted to. We wanted to be in with the in crowd. We wanted to sit here and what? Be cool like everybody else is. Make it seem like what we're better. Make it seem like we ain't got nothing to worry about because what? I'm chilling with my partners. What did we used to do when we was in the streets? What? Chilling around the
Old heads.
old heads, the OGs. And then what? What you always find yourself doing? Doing something you ain't had no business doing in the first place. See, that's a lot. That's how a lot of our people started selling the drugs in the first place. You hanging around the older crowd because you want to be cool, and now they got you serving the dope fiend because what? What they always say about children? Man, a child will get the what? The lighter sentence. Yeah, like if a child get caught with some drugs, they gonna slap the child on the wrist. They'll be out by the same within a couple of hours, if not earlier than that. Or they might give them a warning and send the child home. But me, on the other hand, us at the other hand, oh yeah, as adults, what you get as an adult? Oh yeah, man, you might as well. You about to go ahead, sit down. All right, yeah, come on. You about to get up in this truck. You gonna get up in this police car, this squad car. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and book you. You gonna be in there for the night or two. You gotta wait for a judge and all that. So what do? As children, we used to be what? We used to be their mules. As a child, we used to hang around the wrong people. But what does the Bible say?
32.
Yeah. Go ahead, read 33.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15, verse 33. Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners.
Understand this, man. Hanging around the wrong people will corrupt you. That's the same thing that we used to tell. As a child, we used to hear that from our parents. Watch out who you hang with. Stop hanging with them. That's the wrong crowd. You're going to start acting like them. Okay, you want to hang around them? Understand this. If they all get in trouble because you are around them, you're going to get in trouble with them. When you around what? What did it say that it was? Corrupt what?
Corrupt, slack yeah, evil communications.
Evil communications. When you're around the wrong crowd, you start moving wrong. You start doing what they do. You start living the life of the person that's what? With the wrong people. And then what it say? It corrupts what? Good what?
Good manners.
It corrupts good manners. When you are sitting here with the wrong crowd and the wrong people, they're going to teach you their doctrine. They're going to teach you what they believe, they think that is correct. And it's going to stop you from having good manners. It's going to stop you from being a child of the Most High God the way that you are supposed to be, because you are trying to be like everybody else wants you to be. The Lord called you peculiar. The Lord called you holy and set apart for a reason, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And that's who you should be. You should be holy and set apart. You should be different. You should be something that everybody else want to be, but can't quite get there. That's what the 12 tribes of Israel should be. But instead of being that, we're okay with just settling. We're okay with just being like everybody else. I don't want to be better, because why be better when I can just be just like y'all? We could be all the same. The hell with that. The hell with that. I want to be better. See, the brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K, we chose to be better. We chose we chose to have life. We chose to prefer one another over everybody else. And that's what we're going to continue to do. We prefer our own before helping anybody else on the face of this earth. As children, we thought as a child. Go back to that precept, matter of fact. Let's go back. Go back to 1 Corinthians 13 and 11.
Okay. This is the book of First Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child.
The Bible is letting you know, as children, we spake as a child, we understood as a child, and we thought as a child. We done went through all these different things that as children we did. And I just got a question. How many of y'all are still doing it right now? How many of us is still doing it right now? The way that you are living, just think, the way that you are living, if I brought up any of these things today, that as children, this is what we did, and you're still doing it right now, you can't really call yourself an adult because you're still a child. You're still a baby. And not only are you a baby, you're not being a baby for the Most High God. You're not trying to follow his laws, statutes, and commandments. What you are choosing to do is follow a different law. And that's the law of your deceiving father. Your deceiving father has taught you to be a alternative lifestyle member, a abuser, a sexually abuser, what they call it, a pedo, a unaliver, a abuser of drugs, a street pharmacist. And that's never been for us. Well, what else does it say in that same scripture? Keep reading it.
But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
The Lord wants you to grow up. 12 tribes of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, the people from El Salvador, people from Colombia, Chile, Panama, Guatemala, the Haitians and the Jamaicans. The Lord wants you to grow up. Grow up. Put away these childish things. Go to the book of Ephesians 4 and 22.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 22. That ye put off concerning the former conversations the old man,
Keep going.
which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
Man, you got to put away that old man. See, hearing the truth, we always talk about the first death. The first death is you growing up. You have to grow up and put away the old man. That what did it say? That was corrupt according to the deceitful lust. You got to put away that old person that was so lustful, and everything that he did was based off of what he wanted to do, not the Most High God. Not based off of the law, statutes, and commandments, but based off of me. Me. I. If I want it, I'm going to get it. If I want to go to the club, get drunk, get a girl drunk, and sit here and do that, then that's what I want to do. See, that's why a lot of our people are locked up in cages right now. Because you didn't want to put away the old man. According to the what? Deceitful lusts. You didn't want to stop acting like a child. So now you're in timeout. Your timeout is now 20 years of timeout. You know what? Some people's timeout is in a pine box 6 feet under because you wouldn't put away the childish things. You won't put the old man away and become what? A new creature. Go ahead and keep reading. What else does it say? 23. Ephesians 4 and 23.
And be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
Keep going.
Verse 24. And that ye put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness.
See, you have to kill the old man and become a new creature in the Most High God. You got to do that after the Most High God. You gotta decide. I'm done acting like a child. I'm ready to be a new creature for the Most High God. And by me being a new creature for the Most High God, I got to put away my childish behavior. I got to put away the childish things. I got to put away all these other things that I feel like I wanted to do. Because following the law, statutes, and commandments and teaching others to do so is way more important than whatever childish mindset that you have, whatever lust that's out there, whatever just makes you feel like, what that shiver down low. None of those things are more important than what the Most High God has for his people. And if we all would have that mindset, we could get the hell out of this hell that we're living in right now. Keep reading.
Verse 25. Wherefore, putting away lying, speak every man the truth with his neighbor, for we are members of one of another.
Bro, we are one body. We are one body, 12 tribes of Israel. We are supposed to be treating each other the way that we would want to be treated. We're supposed to be talking to each other and being nice and kind to one another. We're supposed to be following the law, statutes, and commandments and being loving according to the scriptures. But we're not doing that right now. And that's why our Father is upset with us. This is who we are supposed to be. This is how we should be. But this is not what we are. This is not who we are yet. We still have time. I don't know how much time, but we still have enough time to change it. And let's change it. It's time to change it. Go to Romans 12 and 2.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. And be ye, Slakia, and be not conformed to this world.
Be not conformed to this world. Stop loving what this world has to offer you and start loving and going after what the Most High God will have for you in the kingdom. Keep going.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Be ye transformed. Yet again, it's by the renewing of your mind. So if you feel like right now you don't have nothing that you need to work on, ain't nothing for you to change, I promise you got something that should be changing. It's something that you see. If you're in this world right now, I'm telling you, if you're in the world, if you are not living according to these scriptures, there's something for you to change. Don't think that you're good, because you're not. You're not untouchable. We fight daily against demons. We choose daily to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. So don't think that there's nothing for you to deal with. There's nothing for you to get better at. Because if the brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K are daily fighting, you got to fight that you got to fight as well. Daily. Keep reading. Was that it on that?
Sir.
Keep going.
Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
Everything that we doing is not for ourselves. We are living for Christ. We are living for God. We are living for the Most High God, because at the end of the day, when we have to be judged, we want the Most High God to say what? I know you. This is my child. Here's your crown. Here is the blessing that I have for you. This is what we're looking for. You can't get that if you getting what? Slewed. You can't do that if you getting your head chopped off because you won't turn from your evil, wicked ways. So let's be who the Lord wants us to be and not who we are choosing to be. Let's go ahead and get this last one right here. Let's go to Deuteronomy 4 and 5.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments,
Mm-hmm.
even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whether ye go possess it.
Understand this. We were taught laws, statutes, and commandments. We was taught to do what? Follow them and do them. Because in the land that we shall go to possess it, what were we supposed to do by following these laws, statutes, and commandments? Keep reading. It's going to tell us exactly why we were taught the laws, statutes, and commandments, and what we were supposed to do afterwards.
Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom.
This is your what?
This is your wisdom.
Nah, this is just something I wanted y'all to do.
This is your wisdom.
This is our wisdom by following the laws, statutes, and commandments. Keep reading.
And your understanding in the sight of the nations.
In the sight of who?
Of the nations.
And keep reading.
Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
The reason why we are supposed to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments in front of everybody is because by us doing it, we show how superior we are. We show how much on top we really are. We already know we're great at sports. We the greatest at sports. We the greatest at. Now let's be the greatest at following the laws, statutes, and commandments. Greatest at doing what the Lord wanted us to do. Let's be the greatest at everything, not just some things. Let's be the greatest at everything, like doing what our Father said do. Because what did our Father say He wanted from us? He wanted us to be what?
Perfect.
Perfect. Be ye therefore perfect, like your Father in heaven is perfect. Why would Christ tell us that if that's not something that we could obtain? We can obtain it, but you know what it'll take us to do that? Us to stop acting like children. And us to choose to finally grow up and step into the role that we're supposed to step into. And with that, we're going to say Imagine, which means to stand. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers, then to the sisters. Men of Israel, Majid Shabbat, Majid, Barak, Yahal Bashim Yahweh Brakatah, Yah Yamatah, Sar, which means face sisters. Men of Israel, Majid Shabbat, Majid, Barak, Yahweh Shemal Atah Bashim Yahweh Yah Yamatah, Class dismissed.